I'm thinking about romance between a man and a woman, and how there's a common fairy tale out there which seems to say that romance is fairly easy, love is wonderful, and romance is a fantasy and it works well and things are easy. But the reality is very different to the romantic view. I don't know why we have this incorrect view, inaccurate view of what romance is all about. Because romance basically is very hard work. It's very difficult and challenging to make a romantic relationship work. The man and woman have to really want to succeed in the relationship and have to accept certain things in the relationship that they would rather not accept. But there needs to be some flexibility and some acceptance in people to deal with situations which are sometimes not able to be solved. Some problems need to be accepted, and some problems can't be solved, and people need to understand that and not see it as a failure or a problem in any way. They need to see it as the way things are, and these things need to be accepted and handled so that the relationship can move forward. I do think that most people come to realize this. However, there are possibly some people who refuse to accept reality, and they give themselves a very hard time in life because they're seeking a fantasy which can never exist, can never be true. Some things need to be accepted about your partner, the same way your partner needs to accept certain things about you, because you're not perfect either. It does take some time to realize this, because there is a fantasy which is very common where people expect romance to be straightforward and easy and loving and wonderful and perfect. But the reality is very different, and people need to work at their relationships to make them function well. And as I say, some things need to be accepted and can't be resolved. It is the way things are, and people do need to understand this, or else they could be unhappy in life permanently. I think in order to achieve happiness in romance, then there needs to be acceptance of some things that can't be resolved. Things can't be as you want them all the time. Some things are not as you would like, but they can be accepted and need to be accepted. Because if they're not accepted, then it could lead to a lot of unhappiness in life, and of course it could lead to relationship breakdown. So you need to decide what you can accept as not being perfect, if at all possible. You need to be reasonable and realistic about the way things are. That's the way that happiness lies. An acceptance of the way things are to a degree, while you still work at the things that you want. But perfection cannot be achieved. But improvement in the situation can be achieved. So people, if they want to be happy, need to accept reality and work for the relationship that they want. But understand that not everything can be achieved. Not every desire can be fulfilled. And that it really is how things are. But a great deal of happiness can be achieved with hard work. But people should realize that not everything can be achieved. To be realistic, people need to accept the reality that not everything can be achieved. Basically, most things can be achieved. And you can increase your flexibility and your ability to accept imperfection. Those things are valuable. And people would generally be surprised what they can accept if they choose to. Some things can be accepted even if not perfect, because the greater prize is worth the effort and worth the sacrifice.